This crystal holds the whisper of a civilization long gone, a silent memory encoded in stone, waiting to awaken within those who remember. Before the seas rose, they left messages. Not in books, but in lines hidden in stone. This was their final offering to time. They knew their world would end. But they also knew others would come, seekers ready to receive what only this crystal could preserve. Not every crystal carries intention, but this one was carved by spirit. Its grooves aren't random. They're codes from a people who saw beyond time. This is not a modern stone. Its memory predates history, religion, even myth. It calls to the soul, not the mind. The ancient ones believed knowledge wasn't just past, it was preserved through vibration. This crystal hums with their last breath, still echoing. Some crystals amplify, others heal, but this one remembers. It carries more than energy. It holds origin, purpose, and the map to rediscovery. Many report dreams after touching it. Not dreams of this life, but echoes of temples, starlight cities, and voices that never used words. You don't learn this crystal. You remember it. The moment you hold it, something inside softens, as if returning to something long missed. Its markings aren't imperfections, they're instructions. They aren't meant to be read, but traced slowly, like braille for the spirit. Touching this crystal feels like contact with something ancient, not old like time, but eternal like truth. Its energy is not loud. It's patient. If you listen long enough, it speaks in visions, not sentences. Every striation holds a different frequency, lessons encoded from a world that trusted vibration over voice. It's not about what it does. It's about what it awakens. This is not a tool. It's a remembering. Some feel warmth. Others feel tears. That's how you know you're connecting, not with a stone, but with a lineage. You don't need training to use it. You need stillness. This crystal doesn't respond to logic, only presence. If it's entered your life, it means you're ready. Not for answers, but for memory. Some find it after loss. Others after awakening. It's never random. This crystal returns when something old in you begins to stir. It doesn't shine for attention. It glows when remembered, when a soul brave enough dares to listen. Legends say each crystal was placed in the earth like a seed, waiting for the right vibration to call it back. Some call them star seeds. Others say they're records. Whatever name you give it, you'll feel its pull when the time is right. When you find it, it may feel familiar. That's because you've known it before, in places you no longer remember. Not all crystals teach. This one invites you to remember what your spirit knew before the world asked you to forget. If you trace its lines slowly, your fingers may begin to tingle. That's the code opening. It's not the size of the crystal that matters. It's the strength of your resonance with it. They left these for us, not as artifacts, but as keys to unlock what we forgot when the veil fell. This crystal doesn't tell you what to do. It reminds you who you are and what you came here to remember. The Lemurian message is not survival, it's awakening. This crystal carries the vibration of a future remembered. You'll know it's meant for you because it feels like a reunion. No fear, no doubt, just recognition. The Lemurian crystal doesn't call to the curious, it calls to the remembering. And if it's calling now, it's your time. Lemurian quartz isn't just beautiful, it's encoded. Each line etched into the crystal carries vibrational information from an ancient civilization far beyond our time. Healers believe Lemurian quartz holds energetic light codes, messages placed by ancient Lemurians before their fall, hidden in plain sight within the striations. Lemurian quartz was intentionally programmed, not by machines, but by thought, emotion, and spiritual intention. It is a crystalline record keeper of lost knowledge. Each Lemurian quartz crystal is unique. Some hold teachings on healing, others on star origins, consciousness, and planetary cycles lost to time. Lemurian quartz teaches not through words, but resonance. As you tune in, the knowledge unfolds as images, insights, or sudden remembering. The striations on Lemurian quartz act like ancient code. Some say running your fingers across them awakens dormant strands of spiritual DNA. Lemurian quartz connects you to collective memory, not just personal insight, but soul-level remembrance that bridges lifetimes and dimensions. This is not passive energy. Lemurian quartz interacts with you, giving only what your spirit is ready to receive when you're ready. Lightworkers say Lemurian quartz crystals are activated by intention. The more you engage, the more they reveal, as if unlocking inner chambers of awareness. Lemurian quartz vibrates at a high frequency. That's why some feel tingling, warmth, or see symbols when holding it for the first time. Each Lemurian quartz crystal is thought to be linked to others, a global grid transmitting frequency between awakened souls. Even tiny Lemurian quartz crystals can carry powerful codes. Size doesn't determine the message, alignment does. Lemurian quartz doesn't respond to demands, only sincerity. When you quiet the mind, its encoded wisdom rises like breath returning to a sleeping memory. Some say the striations on Lemurian quartz correspond with sacred geometries, activating multidimensional memories hidden in the soul's blueprint. When held during meditation, Lemurian quartz can act like a translator, converting light into knowing and knowing into wisdom. Lemurian quartz is one of the few stones said to be intentionally left for future spiritual evolution. If it finds you, trust the timing. Not all knowledge is spoken. Lemurian quartz teaches in symbols, emotions, and vision, bypassing logic and reaching straight into the heart of truth. If you felt chills or flashbacks when touching Lemurian quartz, it may have triggered memory from another life or soul mission. Lemurian quartz stores information not just for individuals, but for collective healing. It's a crystalline archive for those ready to access the deeper story. The grooves on Lemurian quartz aren't just for show. Many say tracing them during breathwork creates an energetic circuit of remembrance. When you find Lemurian quartz, you're not just buying a crystal. You're receiving a message wrapped in time, light, and silence. People often say Lemurian quartz feels familiar, like holding something they've dreamed about for years, but never touched until now. You can't force Lemurian quartz to activate, but if your intention is pure, its codes will match your vibration and open. The crystal's purpose is not to impress, it's to awaken. Lemurian quartz holds truth, not trends. Every time you meditate with Lemurian quartz, more of its light codes are unlocked, in you and in the collective. Lemurian quartz is here to teach through resonance, not instruction. Its messages arrive like inner knowing you didn't realize you were missing. The lines on Lemurian quartz are not cracks. They are records. They don't break the crystal, they make it whole. When the world seems loud and scattered, Lemurian quartz helps you align to something ancient, timeless, and completely your own. You won't always understand the message right away. Lemurian quartz plants seeds, and when they bloom, you'll just know. If you've been drawn to Lemurian quartz, you weren't seeking knowledge, it was seeking you. And now it's time to remember. You're not drawn to Lemurian quartz by accident. This crystal appears when your soul is ready to reconnect with ancient truths buried deep inside. Lemurian quartz shows up when you're ready to evolve, to awaken gifts, remember lifetimes, and reclaim a mission you've quietly carried since birth. This crystal finds old souls. If you've felt different your whole life, Lemurian quartz is the confirmation you weren't imagining it. Lemurian quartz doesn't call the curious, it calls the called. You feel it in your chest before you even know its name. It comes during spiritual acceleration. Lemurian quartz aligns with quantum leaps in identity, purpose, and truth. Moments when you can't go back. You may dream of Lemurian quartz before you find it. This is how it prepares your spirit to recognize what's coming. Feeling drawn to Lemurian quartz during chaos isn't strange, it's perfect. The crystal shows up when you're ready to rebuild something sacred. You've been searching for something but couldn't name it. Lemurian quartz brings clarity not through answers, but remembrance. If you've questioned your purpose, Lemurian quartz appears to guide you inward, to the answer only your higher self knows. You'll notice it shows up in odd places, recommended, gifted, or stumbled upon. Lemurian quartz doesn't follow logic. It follows alignment. You may feel emotional the first time you hold Lemurian quartz. That's not coincidence. It's reconnection. Lemurian quartz calls to those waking up. The crystal doesn't initiate awakening. It amplifies it once begun. It appears when you're finally open to receiving truth without filters. Lemurian quartz doesn't flatter. It reveals. The energy of Lemurian quartz is subtle, but unshakable. Once it finds you, you'll never feel the same again. In the best way. Some feel heat, others vibration. The reaction to Lemurian quartz depends on what's been dormant within you and what's finally ready to emerge. You may be going through endings. Lemurian quartz arrives when you're ready to step into something new, but real this time. If you're drawn to Lemurian quartz, it's because you've carried part of its message inside you all along. Many report déjà vu when seeing Lemurian quartz. It's not imagination, it's activation. It may feel magnetic. Lemurian quartz resonates with your frequency like a tuning fork reminding your cells who you really are. The moment you see it, something inside says yes. You don't need a reason. Just trust that Lemurian quartz found you for a reason. Not everyone is drawn to Lemurian quartz, but if you are, consider it a sign that your deeper journey is beginning. Some say the crystal calls them. That's real. Lemurian quartz reaches out energetically when your soul vibrates at its frequency. This is the moment the crystal returns. Not because it's new, but because you're finally ready to meet it again. The more you grow, the louder it gets. Lemurian quartz amplifies when your soul says, "I'm ready to remember." You're not just picking up a stone. Lemurian quartz is picking up a vibration yours. And it recognizes you. This is an invitation. Lemurian quartz doesn't demand. It offers. What you do with the connection, that's entirely up to you. The crystal may return several times. Don't worry if you weren't ready before. Lemurian quartz waits. It always returns at the right moment. There's no rush. If Lemurian quartz is entering your life now, it means you're ready for a deeper level of remembering. Some people collect crystals, but Lemurian quartz collects souls, those ready to reclaim who they were before the forgetting. You've heard the call. Lemurian quartz is the confirmation. This is the beginning of your return to yourself, your light, your legacy. Lemurian quartz doesn't end up in your hands by chance. If you found it or it found you, there's a reason. You'll know Lemurian quartz chose you when it won't leave your mind. That magnetic pull is soul recognition, not curiosity. It often shows up when you've asked big questions. Lemurian quartz arrives as a response, not just a crystal. If your hands tingle when you touch Lemurian quartz, that's energy exchange, the beginning of your unique relationship. Sometimes, Lemurian quartz appears during times of transition. It arrives when you're stepping into a new identity aligned with truth. You may see its image repeatedly online, in dreams, on someone's altar. Lemurian quartz always shows itself before revealing why. Feeling peace while holding Lemurian quartz is one sign. Feeling challenged is another. It mirrors what you're ready to heal or reclaim. You may have passed it over before, but now it glows, because now you're ready. Some say Lemurian quartz vibrates when it chooses you. It won't be logical, but it will feel absolutely right. If it feels like it's speaking to you without words, it is. Lemurian quartz communicates soul to soul, not mind to mind. You're drawn to it without needing a reason. That's the sign. Lemurian quartz chooses through resonance, not logic. It might feel oddly familiar, like you've held it before. That's because your soul remembers Lemurian quartz even if your mind doesn't. Lemurian quartz often shows up when you're about to level up, when you're ready to shed an old identity and embody your truth. You may feel seen when you touch it, not judged, not fixed, just recognized. That's Lemurian quartz doing its sacred work. The crystal may vanish and return later. Lemurian quartz always reappears when the next lesson is ready. You might feel called to gift it to someone. That's also part of the connection. Lemurian quartz chooses through energy, not ownership. Lemurian quartz often chooses light workers, healers, and those awakening to soul purpose. It helps activate what's already inside you. You may have never heard of Lemurian quartz until it won't leave your thoughts. That's a sign you've been chosen. You'll find it during big energetic shifts, after loss, rebirth, or deep healing. Lemurian quartz is a companion through transformation. It shows up when you're seeking purpose, not answers. Lemurian quartz realigns you with inner truth. The right Lemurian quartz will feel like it's vibrating at your frequency. No doubt, no hesitation, just deep recognition. If you've held many crystals, but this one feels different, heavier, lighter, clearer, Lemurian quartz likely chose you. When Lemurian quartz enters your life, things begin shifting, thoughts, connections, direction. That's alignment in motion. The crystal's energy won't fade. Days later, you'll still feel it with you. That's how you know it's yours. You won't forget the first time you held it. That feeling stays, because Lemurian quartz leaves energetic fingerprints on your spirit. You may hear a phrase, a song, or get chills right before finding it. Lemurian quartz uses signs to show you the way. It may feel like love at first touch. That's not drama. That's soul resonance. Lemurian quartz doesn't wait once you're ready. If you're doubting the connection, that's okay. Lemurian quartz will wait, gently reminding you until you're ready to trust what you feel. You don't have to be spiritual to feel it. Lemurian quartz speaks in energy, not belief systems. This crystal didn't stumble into your life. Lemurian quartz chose you because your light is ready to rise. Lemurian quartz doesn't just guide, it activates. When your energy aligns with its frequency, dormant parts of your soul begin to wake. Touching Lemurian quartz can spark intuitive downloads, visions, or sudden knowing. This is soul memory breaking through the surface. When the codes within Lemurian quartz match your vibration, activation begins. The process is unique, yet always transformative. Activation isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet, a subtle shift, a tear, a deep knowing that changes everything. Lemurian quartz resonates with your light body. It awakens timelines, gifts, and ancient wisdom carried through lifetimes. Soul activation can feel like coming home. Lemurian quartz doesn't teach, it reminds. Some feel heat in their hands. Others see color bursts or hear tones. Lemurian quartz activates energy in the language you understand best. Lemurian quartz connects your heart to higher realms, making your soul the translator between earthly life and divine purpose. When used with intention, Lemurian quartz can help release past life blockages and activate hidden abilities sleeping within your energy field. You don't need ritual. Lemurian quartz responds to purity. Your openness becomes the activation code. Once activated, your vibration changes. People may sense something different. That's because you're no longer who you were, you've remembered more of who you are. The striations on Lemurian quartz act like spirit keys. When traced with breath and intention, doors within begin to unlock. Your body might tingle. You may cry. Don't resist. This is your soul shedding what it's outgrown. Activation doesn't mean becoming someone new. It means remembering what has always lived beneath the surface. You may hear messages while holding Lemurian quartz. Not external voices, but inner knowing returning. Some say Lemurian quartz carries soul contracts. Not binding, but reminders of the missions you chose before birth. The more you sit with Lemurian quartz, the more familiar it feels. That's not coincidence, that's resonance. Soul activation doesn't need to be loud. Lemurian quartz works gently, quietly, and always in harmony with your highest path. It awakens you in layers. You don't get it all at once. Lemurian quartz walks with you, unlocking gently over time. After activation, you may feel lighter. This isn't illusion, it's alignment. Old habits may fall away. That's Lemurian quartz doing its work, aligning your life to the frequency of truth. Activation through Lemurian quartz isn't temporary. It changes your energetic architecture for good. You may suddenly feel called to certain places, people, or gifts. Lemurian quartz helps you remember why you came here. Once awakened by Lemurian quartz, you begin hearing guidance more clearly, not from outside, but from within. Activation may begin with discomfort. That's okay. Lemurian quartz clears what no longer resonates, even if you once called it home. Soul gifts long buried can reawaken. Intuition, healing, creativity. Lemurian quartz is the catalyst, not the answer. Don't be afraid if people drift away after you connect with Lemurian quartz. It clears what's not aligned with your growth. This crystal doesn't fix you, it frees you. Lemurian quartz opens the part of you that never needed fixing. As the crystal activates you. Lemurian quartz is a ripple effect, truth shared through presence alone. Lemurian quartz comes to awaken what you buried, feared, or forgot. And now, you're ready to rise. Don't forget to visit Spirit Magica Crystal Shop to claim your free gift. Today's gift is a Lemurian seed quartz. Visit the link in the description below.